Welcome to Braves Country Radio. We are excited to bring you a brand new season, your home for the classic call of radio baseball.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Play ball!
Good seats, hey, buddy. He missed the tag! He missed the tag! He missed the tag!
It is the American game. You see a guy hit the ball out the ballpark, and that same guy can come up tomorrow in that situation and miss the ball and lose the ball game. Can bring you up here, it can bring you down there. One thing about it, though, you know it always will be a tomorrow. You got me today, but I'm coming back.
Think about it. What is there in your life, besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it in one way or another? There are very, very few things that make that list, but we have a child's interest in baseball, so it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another all the way through.
There's a lot of wonderful stillness in baseball that I love. Many seconds of stillness. When the pitcher has got the sign, the batter is crouched, the ball players all lean forward with their hands on their knees, and then very shortly the ball is delivered. But in that tiny period when the pitch and the fever of the crowd is tangible, there's a moment of absolute stillness that I treasure.
The best of us keep as much of that childhood with us as we grow into adulthood as we can muster. And the most creative, the most happy, the most fortunate of us are those who don't lose the sense of play. And even after we're past the point of being able to actually play the game with any skill, if we love it, then it's like Peter Pan. We remain boys forever. We don't die.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
It's all mixed up with peanuts, tobacco juice, and a hearty feeling among the fans joshing each other. Always this raucous, good spirit. Everybody came to have a good time. The whole stands full of people all roaring. In baseball, never known this to swear so instantly a whole crowd could be brought to its feet, roaring with delight over just a clean crack of a bat against the ball.
A lot of room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets.
Line drive and a base hit! Just as the score of the tying run. Breathe to the plate. And he is safe! We're 1 out away, Braves country, from a trip to the World Series. Whatever superstition you've got, do it. The entire city of Atlanta, the entire South is standing on their feet. trying to will the Braves into the World Series. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And swung on and ripped over to Dansby Swanson. Dansby's got it. He fires over to first. Baby, sound the trumpets. Do the job through the streets. Your Atlanta Braves are headed to the World Series. And the place is going bananas.
Although edited, tonight's thriller contains suspense and violence which may be unsuitable. Parental discretion is advised.
You're in Braves country.
Welcome in Braves country. As you can see in your starting lineup, leading off for your Atlanta Braves, it's going to be Baldwin, followed by Acuna, the designated hitter. Baldwin's behind the plate. Olsen is batting third and playing first. Harris patrolling center field, batting cleanup. Ozzie batting fifth, playing second. Dubon's in left. And batting sixth. Yaz batting seventh in right. Riley batting eighth. And at the hot corner, JJ is at short. He's batting ninth. For the Mets, it'll be A.J. Ewing in left field, followed by Lindor at short, Bichette at third, Robert batting cleanup, Benj in right field, Simeon at second, Alvarez behind the plate, and Polanco, the designated hitter, batting eighth. Arias, they picked up from the trash heap from Cleveland. I can't believe Cleveland let him go. I'm hoping Coco or one of the other Cleveland fans will come in today, kind of explain that, but I was trying to read up on it. I didn't see a valid reason to let him go, but regardless, he is batting ninth and at first. He's one of the best defensive shortstops in baseball, but of course you got Lindor, so it's kind of even Steven with that, so he's batting first. And Martin Perez and your Atlanta Braves are coming out here. Kind of expected it to be a little late, but they're pretty much on time. I think they were in a holding pattern, if we're being honest. Not sure if they wanted to start this game or not because there's weather in the area, but it looks like they're going to try to give it a go, so we'll see how that works out. Braves are in their home whites. Braves on the chest outlined by Navy. Red Braves outlined in Navy, same with the Tomahawk and the Tomahawk down below is striped in gold. Red and blue piping down the middle of the jersey and on the side of the jersey and down the side of the pants. Same with the numerals on the back and the names on the back are in Navy. Navy ball cap, red bill, white A, representing the city of Atlanta, from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. America's team since 1871, the longest running sports franchise in North American sports history. It's time to play ball as we await the first pitch. Trying to get this 3D kicking for you. Appears that they are ready to go. And if you've been with us before in the past at the beginning, you may not see the batter. So if you see me call a pitch, it's because the batter hasn't appeared on the screen, but it is happening. So that's why it's very hard for me to time this up at the very beginning, because rarely does the batter show. But you never know. Sometimes it does. Very rarely. Dark clouds and sparsely seated are the fans. Most of them, I would say, are taking shelter just in case. You got Perez going up against McLean. Then get the game going. It's already raining, by the way. I can see the rain. I don't know what these clowns are doing, but it's already raining. And we remember what happened with the field not too long ago where they tried to play through the muck and the mud, and it ended up ruining the field, and then they had to call the game. It's coming down at a pretty good clip. And digging in is A.J. Ewing, lefty-lefty matchup to start it all off. Martin Perez comes set. Ewing is set, and yes, sir! It is baseball time in Braves country. And the first pitch down and away. Called for a ball, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Drops it down there just below the knees. Ball 2-0. So a 2-0 count. 0-0 your score. Here's hoping we don't get any kind of rain delay. I'm tired of those things, aren't y'all? The 2-0 pitch. Right there at the knees, 2-1. I got to thinking about this today because I was thinking about possibly going to Braves Fest this year. That I got to thinking about, I was like, they're not going to Braves Fest. Is the 2-1 pitch. Down below the knees, 3-1. I don't know if we've talked about it, but there's zero chance Braves Fest happens this year. And I really want to go to one. Last year it was canceled because of the weather. And as the pitch on the way, swing. Chops it down the line. Over to Ozzie. Ozzie flips it to first. And it's a 4-3 putout to start the game. Left to right across your outfield, it's Mauricio Dubon, Harris, and the Yaz. Around the horn, third to first, Riley, Jarvis, Ozzie, and Olsen. Drake is behind the plate. Murph with the day off. And Perez is, of course, on the hill. First pitch on the way, skips it up there to the plate. Taken for a ball, it's 1-0. Francisco Lindor, who is just basically batting 1,000 against the Braves in 2026. Thank God we're not going to see him in the postseason. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Braves trail the season series 7 games to 4. The best we can do is go 6-7. If we take these last 2 games, the 1-1 pitch, swing, lace towards left field, and that's another base hit for Francisco Lindor. So Martin Prado gives up the base hit. At least it stayed in the park. Not a hard hit ball. It was an off-speed pitch on the outer edge, and he just raked it over the infield. But that'll bring Bo Bichette to the plate. You know, they're doing this without us even seeing Juan Soto. We haven't seen Juan Soto in months. First pitch on the way, down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. It's one of those things. Certain teams get your number each year, and it just happens. I was watching the tail end of the Dodgers-Royals last night as the 1-0 pitch right there at the knees. 1-1. They gave the Dodgers everything they wanted, and the Royals are nowhere close to making the postseason. The 1-1 right there off the plate. 2-1. And this is why Iron Lung needs a defibrillator. You see this? Bucket of fries and 20 nuggies. Let's get it. The 2-1 pitch down and in. 3-1. Clear. 3-1 count. Runner at first. Infield is back and to the left, playing for the double play. Outfield deep and straight away. The 3-1 pitch. And it's a full count. We're going to have Sleepy on tonight, jumping on the middle of the second inning. Make sure you stay tuned for that. The full count. Runner at first, 1 out. The pitch on the way. Swing whistled up the middle. Backhanded by Ozzie. He dishes it to JJ, and that is a pretty 4-6-3 inning-ending rally-killing double play. We'll be back in a flash. 0-0 your score here in Braves country.
Get this bus moving.
Stop.
Come back.
Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves country.
Good to see everybody in the chat. Spaceman, Chop Shop, Slippito, Wind Chicken, Uncle Charlie. I beg your pardon, I didn't promise you a rosemary garden. Iron Lung. SS87, Nickel the Pickle. Chicken Nugget, man. This is your kind of chat they had going on a second ago. Rebecca! James Ray, talking about a handle. A handle of what? Handle it. Who else do we have in here? Nudicles. Eric Fott. Eric the Marshall Fott. Drake Baldwin leads us off. First pitch, misses outside for a ball. 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Righty-lefty matchup. Swing. Knocks it on the ground. Flips it over to second to first. I'll get right eventually. 4-3 on the putout, and there's one away. Left to right for the New York Mets across the outfield. It's Ewing, Robert, and Carson Benj. Around the horn, third to first, Bichette, Lindor, Simeon, and Arias. First pitch into Ronald Acuna Jr. misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Alvarez is behind the plate once again, and McLean on the bump. He's rocking a 70s cop stash. Is the clean version. I've never seen him with a stash like that before. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss. It's 1-1. So a 1-1 count. JC! Swing. Chops it foul. See Randy in here. Let's see who else have I missed. Trying to do three things at once. Mark, Ricky, Ricardo. Lucy, he's home. Darren. You know the only Darren that I can ever think about is when I see the name Darren is the one that played the witch's husband on Bewitch. What was her name? Samantha. 1-2 count to Acuna, and I'm not even 100% sure that was his name, but I feel like it was one of the guys. They had like 2 or 3 actors that played that husband. The 1-2 count. It's funny how TV shows will do that and try to act like you don't notice. The 1-2 pitch, swing, knocks that one up the middle, but right into the teeth of the defense. They had Acuna played perfectly, and it's going to be a 4-3 once again to away. You wonder, because they started implementing this shift around 10 years ago. And then they had to come up with the rules so that you couldn't overshift out of the box. But regardless, this shift's been going on for over 10 years. First pitch on the way is inside to Olsen. It's 1-0. And before, defense just didn't do it. It was very rare. The 1-0. Swing, pops it up, and I think that's going to end the inning. Drifting back is Lindor, F6, and that will end the inning. We'll be back in a flash, but my point is, what would these guys' batting averages be nowadays? Because a lot of balls get smoked up the middle. Where do you come from? Where do you hail from?
You're in Braves country.
It's always great to hear where everybody's listening here in Braves country. YouTube handler says he's lifting weights at the gym whilst listening to the BCR. You don't get a lot of whilst anymore, do you? Good to see you, YouTuber. What do we got here? Where's everybody going? Noonan, Georgia, one of my favorite towns that I've only kind of halfway been to, even though I've worked out of that city. I guess we started being carried by them. It was close to 3 years. Clark's Summit, Pennsylvania. Philly, Pennsylvania. Which one of y'all are closer to Williamsport, where the Braves and Brewers are going to be squaring off at the Little League World Series? Asheville. Live Oak. If I see Asheville, I think Nashville. Nashville's one of the best towns in the world. Columbia, South Carolina. Yeah, Noonan, Georgia. We worked on our channel was on one of the radio stations there for a long time. Luis Robert Jr. leads us off. First pitch misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Appleton, Wisconsin. Thompson, Georgia. Excuse me, like the Thompson twins, except without the P. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Brandon Stone must be in or very fond of Auburn, Georgia, or Auburn, Alabama, excuse me. I was thinking of the Auburn, Georgia rivalry. Fanny Whistle, Florida. That sounds fake, but it's funny. Kingsland. The 1-2 pitch. Swing. Knocks it down the line. Foul. Braves nothing. Mets nothing. Baton Rouge, Ocala. The 1-2 outside wide. Ball 2-2-2. Baton Rouge, home of the Fighting Tigers. Yeah, I heard it, Noonicles. I don't get it. If I have to think about it and nobody else is going to get it, then I don't know, man. The 2-2 pitch. Swing pops it up. High in the sky. F5. When it finally comes down in foul territory, Riley with the catch. One away. You got to give me some context because I don't get it. It just seems like it's from a cartoon or something. Are you into anime or something? I'm missing some kind of context. If you explain the context, I might be able to figure out how to use it. But I feel like if you have to explain a joke, then there it went. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch up the middle. That ball's whistled up the middle. That ball's grabbed by JJ. Fires it to first, baby. Rocking and rolling. 6-3 on the putout. Holy Toledo. Get that highlight film a-going. Put that baby on your resume. Woo-wee! Rock and roll never dies. That thing was a thing of beauty. Theodore, Alabama. Is that next to the Beeve? Oh, the Mets are challenging it? Nah, he beat it. Unless his foot came off. His foot came off. Gosh darn it. He did not need to stretch like that. I understand why he did it, but he did not need to stretch like that. Could have just waited for it to come to him. Normally, Olsen is so good at keeping his foot on the bag. It happens. That ball was smoked. Hopefully, someone's butt is in the way of the replay, but you can see on the replay I saw coming from, I guess that was the New York camera, he looks safe. Let's see if somehow they blow the call. It's been overturned and he is safe. And runner at first and one out. So that's unfortunate. It wipes away a perfect play by JJ. The throw was a little wide, but honestly, Olsen normally could just stretch that out. I think he was trying to meet it earlier, thinking he needed to, but that ball was going to get him in plenty of time. First pitch on the way is outside wide. Taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Marcus Semien, the batter. Let's hope it doesn't unravel like it did yesterday when we had the debacle on the replay. The 1-0 swing, lifted. Can of corn. Underneath it is Ozzie Albies. He'll make the catch. And there's 2 down. So if you're scoring at home, put that down as an infield single. They don't give errors on plays like that. Lefty-righty matchup now. It's Francisco Alvarez, the batter. Runner at first, 2 outs. Infield back into the left. Perez comes set, brings it. Down and away. This is for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Turns and kicks. One and one. So a 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. 2-1. Pitch on the way. Down and underneath the knees. That's going to be ball 4. My video jumped on me, so I do apologize. But it was 3 consecutive balls after the strike. And so it's ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. I thought something was off, but unfortunately all of the missed throws look the same. Coming to the plate is Polanco, lefty-righty matchup. Pitch down and in. Right there for a strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Got Sleepy coming up here at the middle break. 2 on, 2 out. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll end the inning. So Perez gets out of it. 0-0 your score. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Now you're here.
I'm here.
Welcome in, bud. Hold on one second. I'm going to try to make sure we got the sound going here. Give me 1 second. My sound check died. How you doing today, bud?
I'm well as water, Mac. I hope you are.
Yeah. Hopefully we get a W tonight. So we're going to try to hit some topics up as we go along here that Sleepy Neil wants to go over. I think the audio is good. I put a reminder up for me, so it sounds like it's going pretty good here.
Sounds good on my end.
I don't think I'll be able to play any of the sound bites because it'll sound all distorted for y'all. So if there's like a chop or anything like that, I'm gonna wing against that. Michael Harris II is at the plate. The 1-0 count, fouls it back out of play. It's 1-1. So I'm gonna. So first of all, you live in the North Carolina area?
I do. I live at the beach down south.
Oh, that is nice. The 1-1 pitch misses high, out of the zone. 2-1. And the one thing I do like to come across here with y'all is how long have you been a Braves fan? What made you a Braves fan? Is the two?
It's a pretty common story. Sitting on the couch with my grandma watching TBS. I didn't realize it at the time, but she was a statistician in her own right. And sitting there listening to her talk about baseball, I just became a Braves fan.
The 3-1 count is going to miss, and Michael Harris goes down to first. I'm going to pan the screen out so if any action hits, and I try not to talk over the guests. We'll try to go that as we go. But runner at first, nobody out. So essentially it's because of TBS. And you grew up in North Carolina, correct?
I did, but I tell you, I've traveled this great country of ours extensively. I run into Braves fans everywhere, and it's always the same story. It's TBS.
Yeah, that's the common factor. The 1-0 count to Ozzie. Open stance from the left side. Pitch out of the zone. 2-0. If y'all see me put a number in the chat, I'm just putting the count in as we chat along. 2-0 count. All right, so then the other thing, and then we'll get to your stuff. Favorite Braves player of all time and favorite Braves moment, the 2-0 pitch.
I'm going to go with the flow on the moment and say Sid Slide.
Okay.
But as far as favorite Brave, I'm breaking the mold. Pascual Perez, baby.
2-1 pitch. Fouls it away, 2-2. I don't know if you've heard me say it, but I pick a player's card every year, old baseball card that isn't worth anything, and I set it off to the side, and that's just kind of like my good luck charm for the season. It's Pascual Perez this year. It's been sitting on my keyboard all year long.
Oh, that's cool.
The 2-2 pitch, fouls it back. I've always liked him because of the story of him getting lost on the interstate. And when that happened, I was really starting becoming a huge Braves fan. And I just thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever heard. My grandfather loved telling that story. He probably told it to me 5 or 6 times, even though I knew about it. But, it's one of those things where you let your grandparents tell you a story that you've already known and maybe already experienced. But because of that, he would get to laughing telling that story over and over again. And so Perez was my favorite. One of my favorites, if you don't count Murphy growing up. All right, so you want to get into the ABS challenges. What you got on that?
Well, so obviously it's a problem, right? Or at least that's what the eyes tell me. So I went to Baseball Reference this morning, and I looked, and I did some very remedial statistics. If you list all the challenges success rates just by total number one, our batter challenges they're bad.
Runner goes, pitches outside, throw comes down. I think they got him. Michael Harris thrown out, one away, and doesn't look like we're going to get a challenge. Go ahead.
So our offensive challenges are really bad. We've got low success rates, and we don't challenge enough. But what was really interesting is challenges by the battery. We're 16th overall, but we have the same rate of success as the top team, the Twins, who have won 115, which just clearly states that we got to be challenging more on defense. That
the 3-2 pitch is knocked up high into deep into right field. It's going to come down in the glove of the right fielder Benj. F9 your scorecard 2 away. Yeah, I've noticed it over, and I don't have the stats in front of me, but I've just noticed it as, calling these games. We don't challenge near as much as we did at the beginning. It's got to be being directed behind the scenes. And that's why I think we didn't get the challenge last night that cost us the game, essentially. And people tried to come back with all these different explanations of why it wasn't challenged on the short of this. Is the 0-1 pitch, swing, rips it into left field. Diving catch out there by A.J. Ewing. A center fielder by trade, but playing left field tonight. And he's flashing the leather. Braves threaten, but a throw him out and a diving stop keep us off the board. We go to the top of the third, 0-0 your score. We'll stay right here with you, Sleepy.
Okay. Well, there is one other thing I noticed when I was digging around on Baseball Reference that kind of struck me as maybe there's some magic coming. Since Suarez is out, Iglesias' numbers have tanked. And I don't know if that's just a coincidence or if there's any causation, but, with Suarez on the way back, could that see Iggy?
Well, I think one thing it's going to do, it's going to keep him fresh. That's number one, right? Number two, there were a couple of outings where Iglesias just didn't look sharp, and I don't know if it's got to do with being overused or remember about a year and a half ago, he really lost his touch, was getting clubbed. Now, it hasn't been to that rate, but then he eventually found it when we came out of the All-Star break, which I attributed to him getting fresh, right? And, the guy is older. I think he'll be 36 at the end of this year. And just like they've kind of wrapped Chris Sale in bubble wrap, you kind of have to do the same thing, I guess, for him, because – but the problem is our starting pitching has been beleaguered and they're limping through. That's why I was so shocked we didn't bring a second arm in. I knew we were going to bring in a guy like Molly, right? A guy that was a veteran. You could expect to eat some innings, but may not be at the top of the order come October. But you expected one more move. And I saw someone put a tweet the day of the tweet comes from August 3rd, the deadline. But someone I was chatting with that I guess listens to the game, but I don't know people's names via their X profile compared to YouTube profile. But anyways, whoever it was that made the comment that he retweeted is the first pitch on the way, swing, smokes it up the middle, backhanded by Ozzie Albies, 4-3 on the putout. There's one away. Hard hit ball, but right at the defense. That was Arias, the guy that came over from the Cleveland Guardians all-star shortstop that they picked up off the trash heap a few days ago. But anyways, what the gist of it said, I don't have it in front of me, but it basically said that if gas prices are high and I have to pay gas prices to go to work, I pay the gas price to go to work because it's a part of the job and I suck it up, but it's a part of the job that's going to make me successful. And they were correlating that to, yeah, you may not have wanted to pay for this or that arm, but it's a part of the business. And at some point you've got to pull the trigger and you've got to pay for that, for that arm. So in other words, any of those guys out there, Robbie Ray or Casey Mize, right? The 1-0 outside, Y2.
Right.
And I thought that was a very good analogy because it's basically saying there's a cost to doing business, but if you're going to be successful, if you're going to get all the way to the top, you've got to go for it. The 2-0 right there at the outer edge, 2-1. Because you look at the Braves rotation, and though there's some talent there when all healthy, right now who's accessible, you can't defend that move of not doing anything.
2-1. Sure.
Fouls it back, it's 2-2. But those are interesting stats that you brought across about the ABS because I just feel like from an everyday perspective that it seems like they are challenging less and less in the first half of the game. The 2-2 swing, lifted, high and deep.
Well, what stuck out to me was the numbers match the eye test 100%. Like there's no magic going on that's unseen. It is exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, and I get the idea that you don't want to blow both. So in other words, if you lose one, sometimes you just got to suck up those. We had both challenges. We didn't use another challenge for another 7 innings. And the game was lost. The game can be won in baseball and lost in baseball in the first inning when you have that big of a crooked number. And anything to stay out of it.
Right.
But the fact that, I went back and I watched the review of it. And the big thing is the 0-1 misses high to Lindor, 1-for-1 on the day. When Elder lets go of the ball, and as the ball's being thrown to second, Elder taps his helmet. But the batter's in the way of the umpire. He can't see it, and the umpire was taking off his mask. So neither him nor Murphy saw it because Murphy was in the middle of throwing, right? As the one went outside wide to him. The fact of the matter is, yes, I think it's still on Murphy to challenge that. But at the same token, as the 2-1 outside wide 3-1. Let's not forget it's the umpire that blew the call.
Right.
And then the other thing to me is maybe they need to change that rule next year where if there's a play in motion with the catcher, you've got to give them a second and it not just be a bang decision. Because a guy throwing the ball down to second, what is he going to do? Yell out in the middle of the throw? I want to challenge that.
Right.
So, but he didn't challenge it at all. It was Elder that challenged it, but he did a light tap one time on his hat, and they were replaying it on X on one of the writers, but they didn't show that angle. Plus, they had edited it. They made it look like that it was back to back, like he threw it and then tapped his head, but it was the middle of the throw. So 3-2 is fouled off. Future of Braves pitching.
Well, you know what? I don't really. I am pretty excited about what I keep reading about AJ. Supposedly he's retooling his slider. His velocity's up. Maybe.
I thought he did a great job when he came up. Honestly,
yeah.
I really did.
And
I didn't expect us to see him again until September because you got to realize we were able to bring him up because of the doubleheader rule. It's a 3-2 pitch upstairs, misses high, and Lindor's going to head down to first. That son of a gun just never stays off base. But I thought he did a phenomenal job, but I understood too, if they don't bring him back until September, they don't use an option on him. And that is going to help us long-term with him. If we can make it to September, and hopefully we can, you won't see him until then. First pitch of the at-bat is swung on and chopped up the middle. Ozzy's got it. He'll fire it to first. And it's a 4-3 put out, and that'll end the inning. We'll stay right here with you before we start the bottom of the inning. Braves lead at 0-0, bottom of the third. Because I do want to get your what was the Suarez? That was
that's just it. Like he looks like he's going to be the first one back. Is his role as setup man going to help Iggy's numbers?
I 100%. I'm sure there's going to be some rust, and they'll ease him back in. But you still have Diddy, you still have Lee. If you're not 100% confident in him when he first comes back, but they should have all the rust knocked off by the time we get to October.
Right.
What was the last thing that says? What do we do at shortstop?
Well, basically that's just what I ended up.
Are you talking about this year?
But yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If it.
So I think in the postseason, if something doesn't change, Dubon's going to be our shortstop.
Does that hurt? Does that hurt us?
I don't think so.
Does that cost us our utility man?
He's a bet. Well, you don't need the utility man as much in the postseason. Number one, because what he was supposed to be brought in for was to give all these guys extra days rest. The problem is everybody's been hurt at some point. So he's been filling in the role, and he was supposed to play 5, maybe 6 days a week, but it would be at different positions. You're starting to see that a little bit now, but if you think about the postseason where you play 2 games, have a day off, play 3 games, have a day off, that's the schedule, right?
Right.
You're not going to give guys rest. So you're going to go full bore. So if you're facing like a lefty per se, you're going to have Lane Thomas in left as we come back real quick, and Yaz takes the first pitch outside wide for the ball. It's 1-0. But you're going to have Yaz out in left versus righties. You're going to have Thomas out there versus lefties. Harris will stay as the 1-0 misses 2-0. Harris will stay in center, obviously, and Acuna will be your designated hitter during the postseason. I mean, sorry, your right fielder during the postseason. So your designated hitter opens up the 2-0 pitch, outside wide 3-0. So Dubon will realistically get a lot of at-bats. And, of course, he's a slick glovester. Now, they may decide to save him for pinch hitting and deploying in the middle of the game when a right-hander starts and put a Jarvis out there. It's a 3-0. Outside wide ball for Alvarez is challenging this, but he is not going to get it. So if you want to give us the wrong, that ball's way off the plate. But anyways, that's how I see it happening. Obviously, there's going to be no trades. I don't think anybody's going to fall in our lap on through the waiver wire because the worst teams get the first grabs. That's how we ended up with Kim last year, and he actually did a pretty good job for us last year. Now I don't think he's going to be on the postseason roster, if we're being honest. First pitch upstairs for a strike. It's only because you hit a postseason roster. That's why I hate for them to lose both Mateo and Eli. You're going to have your starting core, and the rest of them, you're looking for pinch runners. The 0-1 pitch, swing, pops it up. Riley knocks it foul to the first base dugout, and then just to cut to the chase on that, you don't DFA Kim when you hit the postseason. You just don't put him on your active roster. If somebody gets injured, you always have that in your back pocket.
Right.
So that's how I look at it, and I think you're going to see obviously one of the catchers. We're going to carry 2 catchers. We're going to carry Dubon and possibly 2 other outfielders, but it'll all be built off of speed. And then, of course, Jarvis. Got any final thoughts here before we jam out?
No, not really. Just looking forward to the postseason. I'm expecting some magic from the rotation. I'm hoping that some unexpected hero steps up and pulls us through.
Strike 3 on Riley. Current everyday player, who's your favorite?
Oh, man, you know what? I've always been partial to Ozzy. I like his attitude. I like the way he plays the game.
Yeah, it's hard to beat Ozzy. I'll be honest with you, man. He and if they ever do, and I don't think they will, but if they ever do extend Acuna, they got to extend Ozzy because I think he kind of keeps him. I think he keeps him grounded. All right, Neil Sleepy Toe. It was great talking to you, brother. I enjoy seeing you in the chat, and go Braves.
Yeah, go Braves. Thanks for having me, Matt.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming on. That was Sleepy Toe, and nothing, your score, runner at first. I thought he did a great job. Round of applause if I can find it real quick. Runner on first, 1 on, 1 out. One button. The 1-1 pitch, swing, lifted out to left field. And F7 in your scorecard as Ewing makes the grab. Yaz heads on down to first. 2 down. I think someone deleted the button I'm looking for. Back to the top of the order, runner at first, 2 outs, and that means Drake Baldwin coming to the plate. First pitch misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Well, if nothing else, we'll do that. Thank you, Sleepy. The 1-0 pitch, swing, pops it up. High into center field. And Roberts underneath, that'll end the inning. We'll go to the 4th in a 0-0 score. Perez goes back to work when we return.
So my wife and I share a sense of humor.
No, we don't.
We have to because she doesn't have one.
Those people told you for days in advance that if the university sought to go ahead with that construction, they were going to physically destroy the university. Now, why did you
negotiate many times?
Negotiate? What is to negotiate? What is?
The university is a public institution.
That's
it's
right.
Important institution
But the university,
for all of its own community and for the community of Berkeley that live around it.
All of it began the first time some of you who know better and are old enough to know better let young people think that they had the right to choose the laws they would obey as long as they were doing it in the name of social protest.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. In 1978, the Yankees handed out candy bars with Reggie Jackson on the wrapper called Reggie Bars. When Jackson was playing for the Baltimore Orioles, he said, "If I played in New York, they'd name a candy bar after me." In a 1947 college baseball game between Yale and Fordham, each team had a very notable player. The first baseman for Yale was future President George H.W. Bush, and the Fordham center fielder was legendary Dodgers announcer Vin Scully. H.W. Bush and Yale would go on to win the game 3-1.
You see a guy hit the ball out the ballpark, grand slam home run to win a baseball game. And that same guy can come up tomorrow in that situation and miss the ball and lose the ball game. It can bring you up here, and don't get too damn cocky, because tomorrow it can bring you down there. See? But one thing about it, though, you know it always will be a tomorrow. You got me today, but I'm coming back.
Welcome back. Martin Perez goes back to work. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch chopped off the instep. Knocks it for a foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Braves hitless so far. The Yaz got on via the walk. Other than that, as the 0-1 pitch swung on, popped up high in the sky. Underneath it is Harris. Money Mike grabs the ball, excuse me. F8 in your scorecard. One away. Perez has given up 2 hits. McLean, none. McLean has walked 2. He's a strikeout pitcher. He's walked 2, and he's struck out 1. The other walk was from Money Mike. Good to see everybody in the chat. Once again, thank you, Sleepy. If I could find that applause, I don't know what they did with it. I think I remember the conversation, but you know how that goes. I wasn't paying attention why they had to, because you only get so much room on these boxes. Pitch down and away for a ball to Benj. 1-0, the 1-0 inside. Busts him inside. Ball 2-2. One of those things during a meeting. Yeah. I'm paying attention. The whole time I'm in the draft room. The 2-0 pitch, swing, chops it on the ground, backhanded by Oz. He has trouble getting the ball out of his glove, rolls under the glove of Olsen. Hopefully that ball stayed in play. I believe, yes, Drake Baldwin did a great job of backing that up. That was going to be a tough play once he bobbled it. Carson Benj, who's playing right field, but he also is a center fielder by trade. By the time that happened, Ozzie should have just kept it in his. I don't know how that ended up under. Usually Olsen makes those plays. He wouldn't have been safe anyway, so no harm, no foul by either player. Lefty-righty matchup right there for a strike. It's 0-1. But it could have gotten away from us. It could have ended up in the dugout, and then you're giving them a free base. Pitch outside wide. So a 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Drops it in 2-1. Pete already hitting the hay. Hope everything's all right there.
Good night, Jim Bob.
The 2-1 pitch. Swing! Chops it down the line. Benj was on the move. He'll retreat back as that ball was foul. The 2-2 count. Yeah, Nickel, I don't know if I explained it well enough, but the reason why you're not seeing it is the 2-2. Just off the edge, 3-2. You're 3 weeks away from the rosters expanding. At that point, it's not going to matter. And once the rosters expand, you don't have to start Kim, but he'll be there if somebody gets injured. And the one thing you do know is that he's a solid defensive shortstop. The 3-2 pitch is knocked down the line, foul. Man, that's two of them, razor thin. Riley had the play back in, and I don't know if he would have gotten Simi. That was going to be a long throw. But Simi is definitely getting around on that pitch by Perez. Just can't keep it straight. I need to get the sound bites of the where he says goodnight to the other ones, but that's the only one that we could find was Jim Bob and Goodnight Children. The payoff pitch. Brings it. Swing lifted. High into left field. Coming in, closing in, making the catches. Dubon. That's an F7 your scorecard, and there's 2 away. Yeah, they've already eaten that $20 million, Eric. They're not getting that back. But anyways, the point is, either you understand it or not, or agree with it or not, but they're not going to DFA him. They're going to wait till September where they don't have to play him at all. And you expand the rosters, and then if an injury happens in the postseason, you got someone who can at least play defense. Lefty-righty matchup, first pitch on the way, swung on, chops it back foul, it's 0-1. Remember, it wouldn't just have to be the shortstop to get injured. Kim can play up the middle. He can even play a little third base, but you'd probably put Dubon at third if something were to happen to Riley. The 0-1, turns and kicks. Swing and a miss, it's 0-2. And most teams, they're that last batter on your bench, they don't play very often to begin with. So it's not like it's really been holding the team back. The 0-2 pitch upstairs, caught looking, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. So nothing score. We go to the bottom of the 4th, the pitcher's duel. Soft tosser versus a fireballer, and we'll grab the sticks when we return here in Braves country.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. At Fenway Park, which is the home of the Boston Red Sox, there is a lone red seat in the right field bleachers. The seat signifies the longest home run ever hit in the ballpark. The home run was hit by Ted Williams in 1946 and was officially measured at 502 feet. In 1985, third baseman Mike Schmidt criticized his own Philly fans for booing him by calling them uncontrollable and beyond help. Once he got back to Philadelphia, he was scared the fans would throw stuff at him on the field, so he decided to wear an outfit of a wig and sunglasses. If you ever want to break into Randy Johnson's house, you might want to think again. When being interviewed about gun violence in 1995, Johnson was quoted as saying, "I don't own a gun, but I keep a bag of baseballs near our bed. If someone breaks in, they better be wearing a batting helmet because I'm going to throw at their head."
Baseball is good, an honorable profession, a great challenge. It has blessed me, I blessed it, and it has blessed our country. Branch Rickey.
He was born on an Ohio farm in 1881 and named Wesley Branch Rickey for John Wesley, the founder of his family's Methodist faith. He was a pious, hard-working boy who memorized scripture, taught himself Greek, Latin, and algebra, and promised his mother never to drink or swear or violate the Sabbath. But he was mad about baseball, learned to play in the backyard with a ball stitched by his mother, followed every move of the Cincinnati Reds, and became a good enough catcher with the Duck Run, Ohio team to consider a professional career. Still, the game was not a proper livelihood for a God-fearing young man, and so he abandoned baseball to teach school in Turkey Creek, Ohio. But Branch Rickey would one day become what one sports writer called the most original mind and the best organizer the game has ever produced. And in 1947, he would help make baseball, in truth, what it had always claimed to be, the national pastime.
Welcome back. Ronald Acuna Jr. coming to the plate. First pitch swinging. Lazy pop fly. Lazy at bat. First pitch, one out, one away. Noel McLean at the bottom of the fourth inning has thrown only 37 pitches. That is extremely low. So unless the Braves start knocking him around, he's going to be in here for the long haul. Much different approach than what they did yesterday against Scott. They're swinging early and often. We haven't seen a ton of that in the last few weeks, and it's been nice. But when they get in those lazy habits of just swinging at the first pitch, it's almost like it's contagious, like the flu or something. First pitch, down and in for a strike, it's 0-1. They better be careful because the 0-1 outside wide 1-1. They'll have Fauci coming in and shutting the Braves down. The 1-1 count. Turns and kicks. Inside 2-1. So I think it's pretty much gone as far as the ability to work his pitch count up, per se, unless he has a really long inning. So now you're looking to just try to wear him out in one inning to where they have to go get him. Is the 2-1 outside wide, 3-1. 3-1 count. In June, we were really bad about that, and I think it's one of the things that led to our June swoon is the 3-1 pitch swing. Chopper over to first, and that'll be an easy play. 3-1 as Arias flips it underhanded to McLean. 2 down. Michael Harris II coming to the plate, one of only 2 Braves to touch first base today. He walked his first time up, Yaz the other one. Braves are staring down the barrel of a no-hitter right now. No runs, no hits, no errors for Atlanta. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Mets. First pitch to Harris is upstairs, misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. But yeah, if you were gonna kick Kim out, you would have done it at the trade deadline as the 1-0, chops it foul. 1-1. But because they traded Eli White, because they DFA'd Mateo, because of all that, you can see what their intentions are. Caminiti's going to be good, Mark. He's one of the top prospects. First pitch swinging, chops it off the plate. It's 1-2. If anybody's telling you Caminiti's going to help this team in 2026, he's a kid, man. He's not going to jump from single A to double A to, we're going to get you to start Game 7 of the World Series. The 1-2 misses high, 2-2. 2-2 count. Braves still looking for that first hit. The 2-2 from McLean. Caught looking strike 3. Backwards K, bringing that one. Some sizzling 96 miles an hour top shelf tequila. And we'll go to the 5th. 0-0 your score here in Braves country.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
The faces from the past. You've walked past them many times. I don't think you've really looked at them. Go on, lean in. If you listen real close, you can hear them whisper their legacy to you. Listen, you hear it? Seize the day, boys.
Hello. Toga! The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
She did not drink the vodka. Toga! Because I drank the vodka.
Objection!
Please be seated, sir. This is not a courtroom.
Well, I object anyway. Toga!
October 11th. October 11th, October 12th, and 13th, and 14th.
Toga!
I drank all of those days. I drank. I'm drunk now.
Toga!
I'd rather fight beside you than any army of thousands.
Then take it! It's yours!
Tonight, we are the greatest team in the world. And you were meant to be here. Tonight, this is your time. Their time is done. It's over. Screw them!
Guys tired?
Go get all sleep I need and I'm dead.
Forget about the crowds, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here.
Toga!
Focus on the fundamentals. We've gone over time and time again.
You damn dirty son of a...
I wouldn't make it a habit calling me that, son.
I want you to remember that no bastard ever won it by dying. You won it by making the other poor dumb bastard die.
Well, that was pleasant. Nice of him to stop by, don't you think?
Toga!
And shepherds we shall be, for thee, my lord, for thee. Power hath descended forth from thy hand, swiftly carry out thy command.
And this crowd's back into it now.
We gotta do something.
Absolutely.
You know what we gotta do? Toga party.
We can't afford to have a toga party.
Toga! 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 Okay? All right! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let me hear it! Let me hear it! Let me hear it!
Welcome back. First pitch below the zone to Jorge Polanco was taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Nothing your score, the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, pulled the string 1-1. If y'all missed it, just double checking to see if anybody had actually signed him. But a couple of days ago, the Braves outright released Mateo. And if you're wondering why, like, well, why wouldn't you just send him down if he didn't get picked up? Is the 1-1 pitch swing. Pops it up high in the sky into right field. Underneath it is the Yaz. F9 your scorecard, 1 away. Well, he has enough service time where he didn't have to report to the AAA affiliate or AA, wherever they wanted to send him. And as opposed to going through that, what they decided to do was just outright release him because they felt like he was going to reject it. So we'll see if somebody picks him up. I still think there's something behind the scenes with that. The first pitch on the way from Perez to Arias. He swung on and lifted high and deep into center field. Drifting Oper, making the easy catch. Money Mike, 2 down. 75% of this world is covered by water. The rest by Michael, the Hawk Harris. And there's 2 away, bringing A.J. Ewing in the top of the order back to the plate. I just feel like there's something underlying that we're not hearing because from a ability standpoint, you're not going to convince me that Kim is a better fit than Mateo. Mateo can play second, short. He can even play center. He's got much better speed, and he's hitting about the same. So that's not it. Is the first pitch off the plate wide for a ball. It's 1-0. But if you noticed, I brought it up a few times, but before the trade deadline, there were obvious places where you would have started Mateo or at least pinch hit for him with him. Is the 1-0 swung on, foul back 1-1. And they kept passing the baton to Jim Jarvis. And if they didn't do that, they wanted to give Jarvis a day off. It was Dubon. The 1-1 swing, rips it up the middle. At 1-8 up Ozzie again, off his glove, but this time plenty of time to rebound and flip it to first. Ewing was not running very fast. He's probably going to hear it when he gets to the dugout. Nothing. Bottom 5. Let's get a hit. And then let's get some runs.
I woke up sexy as hell again today.
Hey, Braves Country. Braves Country is bringing you Braves Country Baseball. Braves Country comes to you every week. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and we'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch of your Atlanta Braves. It's free to listen. Please like and subscribe. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Braves Country Baseball for the fans, by the fans.
I do not
not wake up feeling like $1 million. I, in fact, wake up feeling like insufficient funds.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. The legendary Derek Jeter holds a pretty impressive record. He's played the most games at one defensive position without ever playing another, with 2,674 games at shortstop. Hall of Famer Jim Palmer is arguably the best Orioles pitcher ever. He had the most wins in the 70s and was remarkably good at limiting homers. Over his 19-year career in the league, Palmer never gave up a grand slam or allowed back-to-back home runs. Herman Long was a shortstop who played at the turn of the 20th century who set a record in 1889. The record he set was the most errors in a single season with 122, which he accomplished in just 136 games. For reference, the most errors by a player in 2021 was only 24.
1889. If I cannot get my release, I must protect myself in another way. I'm over 40 and my fielding ain't so good, though I can still hit some. But I will say this, no man is going to sell my carcass unless I get half. Deacon White, Pittsburgh Alleghenies.
There was a time when the National League stood for integrity and fair dealing. Today it stands for dollars and cents. Once it looked to the elevation of the game and an honest exhibition of the sport. Today its eyes are on the turnstile. Players have been bought, sold, and exchanged as though they were sheep instead of American citizens. John Montgomery Ward.
Welcome back. McLean back to work, and the first pitch to Ozzie Albies. Upstairs. My video skipped. It's an 0-2 count. Swing, rips it down the line, foul. We'll do it again. The 0-2 pitch. Turns and kicks, swing, lifted, high and deep. Get up, get up, get up. Are we getting our first hit? We're getting our first hit. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lamma, ding-dong, a solo shot.
On the whiz, on the whiz.
And Ozzie Albies makes it 1-0 good guys.
On the whiz, I'm the whiz. I'm the whiz and nobody beats me.
386 happy feet later, and the Braves take the early lead. First pitch swinging by Dubon. That will not be as far. Pop up past the third base dugout. It's 0-1. The 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. The 0-2 kick, swing, sweeps it back foul. We'll do it again. You think no? Mark, the guys you're bringing up, Hartman and Caminiti, that's either future Braves or they go in a package in the offseason to bring us something. I mean, you're talking about guys that are barely, they're babies. The 1-2 count, swing, knocks it foul. I could see an argument of them, before you see any of that, you're going to see them invited to spring training, and if they're just lights out, you could see something. The 1-2 inside, that ball's got him. I'm going to be honest, that's one of those ones Dubon should have took on the wallet. That was a slow bending curveball that was heading for his wallet, and he'd have been on base for free. The 2-2 swing, rips it. Fairly high, fairly deep, but not deep enough, just before warning track power. F7 your scorecard went away. That's one of those ones, man. I'm telling you, you're facing a fireballer like McLean and you see a curveball come in. I know it's against your instinct, but you got to sit right there and take one for the team. Man, Braves vision, they love putting people on TV just eating disgusting stuff with their mouth open as the first pitch on the way to Yaz is swung on and smoked down the line foul. It's 0-1. I'll never understand that. Like, I can't stand to look at somebody eat. The 0-1 count. Maybe I'm weird. Well, no, there's no maybe. 1-0 your score, bottom of the fifth. I meant on that particular subject. Braves with 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. Mets with 3 hits, no runs, no errors. The 0-1 pitch upstairs, it's 0-2. I seriously doubt. Well, Ozzy's not a free agent, so. The 0-2 count, swing, slaps it foul. I think Ozzy gets re-upped. I really do. The 0-2 count, swing, chops it up the middle. To the right, 4-3 on the putout. And there's 2 down. They still have one more option on them, club option. And they'll pick that up. It was just like, if you remember last year when he was having the bad year and everyone's like, yeah, you just got to get rid of him. Get rid of him. It's like, thank God you're not in charge of anything important. Righty-righty matchup, first pitch down and away. Taken for a ball, it's 1-0. He was going to make, it wasn't much this year. Was it 6, 5, maybe 7? The 1-0 pitch, swing, lifted. Deep down the right field line, and bending, foul. Smacks up against the screen in the right field corner. Yeah, it was $7 million, that's what it was. I remember there were a lot of people that were arguing this time last year that they just need to go ahead and cut him loose. And it's like, you don't understand the finances of it, because if you cut him loose, you're not getting a second baseman, even though he was struggling. Is the 1-1 pitch, swing, chops it down the line, foul, 1-2. You're not getting a second baseman, an everyday starting second baseman, on Ozzy Albies level for $7 million. It doesn't happen in today's baseball. He signed that thing way back in 2019 because the Braves swooped in and he wanted some financial stability. As the 1-2 misses outside and high, 2-2. I'm looking at the numbers right now. In 2019, he went from his ARB year to making $1 million, which gave him a big jump at that time. Numbers have changed big time since then. The 2-2 pitch, swing, pops it up. High into center field, giving chase. And, they almost run into each other. Somehow, Simeon and Robert avoid a collision. The catch is made. F4, but that's Simeon's fault. If Robert's coming in, calling for it, get out of the way. Man, we're seeing that a lot in Major League Baseball. We'll be back in a flash. We go to the 6th. 1-0 good, guys.
Brian, could you do me a favor and pull up your calendar so we can see a time that would work best for everybody?
Yeah, I'm pretty booked next week.
I am too. So, but I do have some time between 9 and 10 on Tuesday, and then I can actually do Wednesday between 12 and 3 if that.
Brian, is this your personal calendar or your work calendar?
It's my work calendar, but there's some...
Do you have a pre-planned excuse for running late on Monday? The excuse was traffic and we work from home, so I don't... Amanda, you said 12 to 3 on Wednesday. I have an opening at 2.
So 2 p.m. I have nap time, but I guess I could push that back.
That's definitely not a priority for the workday. Oh. So 2 o'clock on Wednesday, we'll pencil that in.
I actually have nap time then too.
Tony Gwynn had more 4-hit games in his career than he did multi-strikeout games. The Detroit Tigers are undefeated in games where they play a guy in all 9 positions in one game. Despite not missing a game for almost 17 years, Cal Ripken Jr. never played in 162 games more than 3 seasons in a row. The 2017 season was the first MLB season since 1886 that didn't feature either Connie Mack or Vin Scully. The New York Yankees have more World Series championships than seasons below 500. Cincinnati Reds center fielder Cesar Geronimo was a 3,000 strikeout victim of both Nolan Ryan and Bob Bob Gibson. Joe DiMaggio only had 8 more strikeouts than he did home runs in his career. In the last 105 years, the Chicago White Sox have won just 3 playoff series, all of which came in 2005. Andres Galarraga had more stolen bases in his career than Roberto Clemente.
Armchair.
In the locker room before the 154th game of the season, with the Yankees only 1 win away from the pennant, and Maris 2 home runs short of Babe Ruth's record, he broke down. His manager...
Welcome back. First pitch outside by Martin Perez. Called for a strike, it's 0-1. Francisco Lindor, there goes that man again. Up at the plate. 1-for-1 with the walk. Pitch on the way, swing, smoked on the ground, backhanded by Jarvis. Jarvis has time, flips it over to first. 6-3 on the putout. One away. So you can get Lindor out. I'm starting to think it was some kind of a cheat code like a video game. Bo Bichette 0-for-2 with the double play to his name and a second ground out. He's batting .283 on the year. Lefty, righty, first pitch outside wide. It's 1-0. I hate to tell people, but, and no one wants to hear this, but Martin Perez could be on the mound in a winner-take-all game in October in the very early goings. The first pitch outside wide. Off of that 1-0, misses 2-0. What I mean by that is, if the postseason began today, is the 2-0 pitch. Whoa, hey, high. Inside, close shave. 3-0. 3-0 count. But if it started today, and you go to a 3-game series, the 3-0 pitch, up top for a strike, 3-1. And Sale pitches game 1, and let's just say Molly continues to pitch well and he goes to game 2. And we don't get Schwellenbach back. And we don't get Waldrop back. Et cetera, et cetera. The 3-1. Misses outside, ball 4. So he heads down to first, 1 on and 1 out. I trust Martin Perez in a big moment like that over Bryce Elder every day of the week and twice on Sundays. I'm not saying I'm expecting him to go 6-7 innings in a postseason game, but get us started. Get us going. On that note, by the way, I saw that Ronaldo Lopez is going back to throwing as the first pitch swing, chops it foul. Looks like it broke his bat. Something shattered, splintered off. Yep. Luis Robert Jr.'s gets a brand new bat. Have to put some pine tar on there. Yeah, not many of them do pine tar anymore. Billy Martin ruined it for everybody. But I would put Martin Perez in a game 3 knowing that it's going to be all hands on deck out of the bullpen, right? And say, let's go. You know, Grant Holmes maybe jumping in the 3rd or 4th inning, the 0-1 pitch swing. Slaps it into right center field. That's down for a base hit, and the tying run goes to 3rd. Runners on the corners. 1 out, not a hard hit ball, but just got it over the infield. It's kind of a doink on the end of the bat. Time you see a ball hit like that, he did not hit it well. But it's the funny part about baseball. You don't have to hit it well to be the hero. You can drill a ball and lose the game. Hefner's coming out there to talk to him. Martin Perez, by the way, he's at 76 pitches. I don't think I've mentioned that. He's at 76 pitches, so you're right about where you want to be. You're actually a little south of it. Honest engine at the end of the 6th inning, assuming he's still in it, you want to be around 90 pitches. I don't think he goes out for a 7th inning. So Diddy Fuentes is warming up in the pen they're showing on the New York Vision. He's the only one I see up in the pen. Double play would get you out of the mess here. Carson Benj is at the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Carson Bench 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Infield is back into the right. Pitch on the way is in the dirt. 1-1. Jim Jarvis cheating towards second base. So if a double play is in order, Ozzy's too far away from the bag. It would be a 4-6-3 or it would be a 6-3 depending on where it's at. The 1-1 pitch. Swing! That ball smoked down the right field line. Foul up against the tarps. Thankfully, we haven't had to use them since the very beginning of pregame. They were threatening that this game wasn't going to get started. They had the tarps out there. And then I got the alert. Someone sent me from, 25 minutes before the game started that, for all intents and purposes, it didn't look like they were going to delay this game as the 1-1 knocks it foul. It's 1-2. 1-2 count. That's the good thing about when you get to October. You don't get many rain delays in October. You get rain in October, it's a full-blown hurricane, and they've postponed. There's a 1-2 outside wide, 2-2. 2-2 count. Phillies and Cardinals are underway. It's 0-0 in the bottom of the third. Philly won game 1. The 2-2 swing up the middle. It's going to be a 4-6-3 inning-ending, rally-killing double play. Just what the doctor ordered. We take a 1-0 lead to the bottom of 6 here in Braves country.
Bo Body. What does the first B stand for?
What are we doing?
We're making acronyms. Okay, what does the first B stand for? Business. I like it.
We need a new manager.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known, Part 18. Kirk Gibson walking off Game 1 of the 1988 World Series is one of the most iconic home runs of all time. Despite how famous the play is, nobody knows where the home run ball itself is located. The bat, helmet, and jersey from that moment are all accounted for, but the ball has seemingly disappeared. Camden Yards is where the Baltimore Orioles play their home games. The ballpark was actually built very close to where Babe Ruth was born. In fact, Ruth's father allegedly owned a pub exactly where center field is today. Kevin Youkilis is known for having a very interesting batting stance. He's also known for working a lot of walks and having a great mindset at the plate. Over his 10-year career, he had 297 plate appearances that went to a 3-0 count, and every single time he didn't swing the bat.
Armchair.
New York Giants second baseman John Montgomery Ward was a rarity among players, a graduate of the Columbia Law School. And in an age when workers everywhere were struggling to win their rights, he was willing to take on the club owners on their own terms. Ward publicly denounced the reserve clause, which now kept every player from deciding for himself where he wished to play, and forced him to accept whatever wage his owner was willing to pay.
There is now no escape for the player. If he attempts to elude the operation of the rule, he becomes at once a professional outlaw, and the hand of every club is against him. Like a fugitive slave law, the reserve clause denies him a harbor or a livelihood and carries him back bound and shackled to the club from which he attempted to escape. We have, then, the curious result of a contract which on its face is for 7 months, being binding for life. John Montgomery Ward.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way. Fouled away by Jim Jarvis. Start at the bottom of the 6th. 1-0 Atlanta. It'll be Jarvis. And then back to the top of the orders. The 0-1 pitch upstairs. 0-2. Drake Baldwin is on deck. Acuna's in the hole. The 0-2 pitch. High and inside. 1-2. Braves' lone run came on their lone hit. A solo shot by Ozzy Albies last time around. The 1-2 pitch. The inside. Ball 2-2. A 2-2 count. Brings it. Swing, chopper over to second. Should be an easy 4-3, and it is. One away. McClain is at 72 pitches. Most likely his last inning. unless it's an extremely quick one here. You just got to figure that is the first pitch on the way, outside wide. For a ball, it's 1-0. I would tend to think that Andy Green and company have been given directions to not wear out their starting staff. Is the 1-0 pitch, fouls it away, 1-1. When you got a youngster like that let's be honest. Middle of May, the Mets were like, let's start getting ready for next year. I mean, it's been a tough year. Very similar to what the Braves had last year, the 1-1. Outside wide, 2-1. Braves weren't quite as bad, but it was just an avalanche of losses for the Mets to start the season. 2-1 is fouled back 2-2. It's like getting hit by it. Blindsided clothesline as you're running out to go play. The Braves 2025 was more like someone poking you with a needle all year long. It sucked, but you were in denial. The 2-2 count. Swing, fouls it away. The 2-2. Caught looking strike three. Sweeper at the top of the zone. Got to swing the bat. 2 down. Two up, 2 down, 78 pitches. So he may go, like I said, he may go back out for the 7th, but they're not playing for anything. First pitch on the way is upstairs. This is high for a ball. It's 1-0. He's already secured, assuming he gets through this inning, a quality start. The 1-0 pitch inside, 2-0. And if you're a Mets fan, you're just wanting to spoil the party, so you're sitting there saying, no, leave him in. But I'm talking about from the front office perspective. He blows his arm out as the 2-0 down and away. Way to the backstop, nowhere near the zone. Just a bit outside, it's 3-0. (3-0) count. Turns and kicks. Swing, fouls it away. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase one well off the plate. It's a full count. Payoff to Acuna. Pops it up, but it's going to go over the first base side. Foul, we'll say 10 rows in. The payoff pitch once again. Acuna, swing, hits the ball hard on the ground over short. Lindor fires it over to first. Acuna might as well be walking. I mean, is someone going to say anything to him about that? That's pathetic. We'll go to the top of the 7th. My God. We'll be back in a flash.
I'm not crazy. I'm sorry, I didn't even believe that.
How you doing?
Hi, sir. I would like to look at your most expensive Hank Aaron card, please.
Got just the one. Only 4 in circulation, $31,000.
Oh, well, that's very, very fine. Yeah. Let me look at your least expensive Hank Aaron card, please.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Stan Musial is one of the most underrated players of all time. He had 3,630 hits, which puts him 4th on the all-time list. But weirdly enough, Stan the Man had exactly 1,815 hits at home and exactly 1,815 hits on the road.
In Spanish?
Yes.
Gracias todos para los... I don't know how to say compliments.
No?
Compliments.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
So, who else hates it when you get up on a Monday morning?
Although the first World Series had been a huge success, the reputation of the game continued to suffer as brawling fans drove away paying customers. Now, Ban Johnson ordered his American League owners to have their stadiums patrolled to keep rowdiness down. Players and managers, as well as fans, were expected to behave.
Welcome back. First pitch. Swung on and popped up high in the infield. Didi Fuentes is your pitcher, and it's going to be an F4, one away. I mean, I'm sorry, but that ball was hit deep in the hole. And I understand not running your hardest, but we saw him bust it down the line the other night. So it's not like he's not fully healed. First pitch on the way, swung on and missed. There's a bender down and away. It's on one. If you missed it, you missed it. But he busted it down the line because he was in Yankee Stadium. I'm telling you, that was a factor. And that play there, if he just runs normally, he's going to beat out that throw from Lindor. He had a long way to go. It's the 0-1 pitch in the dirt, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. I watched that replay 3 times during the break because I've delayed feeds. And you can't even call what he was doing going down the line jogging. He was just kind of like half-stepping as the 0-2 off the plate, 1-2. And I try not to get onto these players because I know they're told this and that, but that is just a lack of giving a damn. The 1-2 count, outside wide 2-2. And that's one of my biggest reasons why I would not re-sign him to a long-term deal, because you're going to pay through the nose. You're not going to pay. I saw some people trying to project certain numbers, and they're way off the mark on what he's going to make the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's not that I would 2 away. It's not that I wouldn't want Acuna on the team long-term. It's what you're going to have to pay and what you're going to get out of it. You better believe that guy is going to make $40 to $50 million a year. Easy. I'm lowballing it, but that's what I'm saying that he may sign for. And that's going to be a problem if they're always going to cry poverty at the trade deadline. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch swinging, ball's roped towards right field. Right there is the Yaz, and that'll end the inning. So 3 quick outs. Good job by Fuentes using his defense. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. 1-0 your score. Matt Olson leads us off. First pitch down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. Down and away. Ball 2-0. A 2-0 count. Olson 0 for 2 on the night. Very quiet night by everybody, but we were right on the guess that McLean is out of the ball game. Spanyan is in the game, and we've seen him. It's a 3-0 to Olson. Jan on the 3-0 pitch. Inside, ball 4. So heads on down to first. What jumps out at you of Jeffrey Yam is he doesn't have an ERA, but he's only thrown 2 innings this season. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch. Harris shows bunt, pulls it back, but not in time. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires off the plate. 1-1. Jeffrey Yam, 29 years old. He's out of the Dominican Republic, but he's essentially a rookie, an older rookie. 6'3", 185 pounds. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2. The 1-2 to Harris. Pitch on the way inside. Ball gets away. Matt Olson's heading towards second. He takes a wide turn. He's thinking about third. He's going to stop. He probably makes it, but that was smart to hold up. So a runner at second now. Nobody out, 2-2 count, lefty-lefty, the pitch on the way, and that ball's in the dirt. Full count. This guy's having a hard time finding the zone. Put the action cam, we'll see if the action cam ignites. If not, we'll go back to the strike zone. The payoff pitch. Swing. Chopper towards first, and that's going to be a G3 in your scorecard. 1 away, but on the play, it was a productive out. Matt Olson goes down to third, and off of the walk, he's made it to third with a wild pitch and a ground out to first. So 1-on-1 out, and Ozzie Albies, who has the 1 run scored of the game. It was a solo shot back in the 5th. He's coming to the plate. He just needs a second. He just needs a fly ball, a fairly deep fly ball to score Olson. First pitch on the way, high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Feels like this is a spot where the Braves could really jump on the Mets. You got Ozzie at the plate, runner at third. Dubon is on deck. And then you got the left-hander Yaz, but you could pinch hit for him if you wanted to. The 1-0 swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Remember, you still got Lane Thomas on the bench. Other guys that you got on the bench for later in the game, possible Sean Murphy and Kim. Thomas is your best pinch hitting option from the right side, but you also may hold him for defense / pinch running. And then, of course, you got Dominic Smith from the left side. First pitch off that 1-1 is down and away, ball 2-1. For the Mets, they have Beatty, Pache, Yes, that Christian Pache, Torrens, and Young. The 2-1 pitch in the dirt. Ball 3-1. 3-1 count. If they want to pitch around Ozzie, Dubon, who normally does well with runners in scoring position, is looming on deck. Infield in and to the left. Outside wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Runners on the corners. 1 away, and the Braves leading by 1.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz and nobody beats me.
And going to get a mound visit from Justin Willard. This is their pitching coach. This is not Andy Green, the manager. This is the pitching coach. Depends on what happens here. If the Braves go to the bench and grab Lane Thomas to pinch hit for the Yaz, you may see there is a right-hander warming up in the pen, but they may want to see how this plays out here. You would wait for the Braves to announce their batter, and then you'd bring in the right-hander. And it's not that Thomas can't hit against right-handers, but his OPS is much higher against lefties, almost 200 points higher. So here we go. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Dubon standing in. First pitch down and in. It's 1-0. 1-0. Did the pitcher disappear? Is that what I'm looking at? Let me see if we go in with the 1-0 pitch. There we go. Swing, lifted, high and deep into center field. Should be enough to get Olsen. Here comes the throw. Here comes the tag. Here comes the one hopper into the infield. And Matt Olsen comes home to score. And it's a sac fly RBI by the Doobie.
Pardon me, would you have any?
But of course. One of life's finer pleasures.
2-0 good, guys. Bottom of the 7th. That gets you some breathing room there. Lane Thomas will pinch hit for Jan, but with 2 outs, they'll probably let him go now. Let's see how they do this if they call to the pen. Does look like they're gonna let him pitch to Thomas. Runner at first, 2 outs. Lane Thomas. First pitch on the way. Right there at the knees. It's on 1. 2 runs, 1 hit still. Just the 1 hit for Atlanta. No errors. 0-4-0 for the Mets. The 0-1. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. 1-0. 1-1 count. The right-hander continues to warm up in the pen for the Metropolitans. Braves came into today's action 71-48. Magic number 36. The 1-1. And that's at the bottom of the zone. He did not go around, but they are going to challenge it. It's very close. And he missed it. So there you go on that.
Wrong, wrong,
so that's it on challenges for the Mets.
Wrong. You're wrong.
The 2-1 pitch. Swing. Chase one well off the plate, 2-2. Two count. Infield, playing back into the left. The 2-2 pitch, swing. Chops it foul down the third base line towards the Mets dugout. The 2-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not. 3-2. We'll take it. That was close. Good to see you, Noel. The payoff pitch. Kicks and fires. Swing. Fouls it back. So Ozzie off to the races once again on a full count. Pitch on the way. Down below the knees, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Life in the fast lane goes to first. It looks like the right-hander is going to come out of the pen to face Austin Riley. Man, we've been saying it all year, but got to get Austin's bat going. Hopefully this will have some magic in it. Back in a flash, Braves lead it 2-0. Welcome back. Right-hander coming on, McDermott. Thought we were going to see. Well, the first pitch is in the dirt. Goes wildly past, just past the New York Mets on deck circle near the bullpen. Excuse me, the dugout. And wouldn't that be a story? And both runners move up 90 feet.
I feel the need for speed.
Righty-righty matchup. First pitch, 1-0. Is a swing and a miss, 1-1 after that wild pitch. That ball, I thought it actually had a chance to roll to the dugout because it kicked and it went. The 1-1 to Riley. Swing and a miss, blew it by him, 95 miles an hour. The 1-2. I mean, just a single, anything. Get at least 1-1 home. The 1-2 pitch, swing, lifted. High and deep into left center field, going back on the track, at the wall, smashing into the wall, making a grab, robbing Austin Riley from extra bases is Luis Robert Jr. We'll go to the 8th inning. Man, that was a nice catch. I was starting to think Michael Harris had a Mets jersey on. Back in a flash, 2-0 good guys.
106 miles from Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
It's happy hour.
When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
I need a drink.
When buying a beer, buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Everybody drink a beer.
Salad. They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to.
This stinks!
Pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
This is total BS!
Oh, yeah. For me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
I'm on the radio every day!
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
And you, music lover, you're next.
You're so drunk you can't hit nothing. In fact, you're probably seeing double.
I have 2 guns, one for each of you.
Back. Dylan Lee on. First pitch on the way from Dylan Lee. Hits it for a strike. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. The 0-1. Turns and kicks. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Lane Thomas stays in to play the outfield. As he sits out and right. The 0-2 count. Arias and then back to the top of the order for the Mets. Pitch on the way, swing. Rattles it foul and out of play. We'll do it again. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, swing lifted. High and deep. Center field, going back on the track. Making the catch at the wall is Money Mike. 75% of this great world is covered by water. The rest by Michael, the Hawk Harris. Loud out number 1. So back to the top of the order. It will be A.J. Ewing as he steps out of the box for a second. Infield back into the right. First pitch on the way. Show and bunt pulls it back. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Brings it. Check swing upstairs. 1-1. One count. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Kind of a half-hearted check swing. Infield once again playing back into the right. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Pulled the string on that sucker, and there's 2 down. Francisco Lindor, good to see you, Chop Shop. Francisco Lindor coming to the plate. Keep this guy off the base. 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. He's also walked. Francisco Lindor, 32-year-old, 5'10", 190 pounds. The 1-0 pitch, swing, chops it down the line, foul. 1-1. Infield back into the left, outfield deep and straight away. The 1-1. Did he go around? He did not. Ball 2-1. They say his nickname is Mr. Smile. That seems like kind of a lazy nickname. I mean, Guy Smiley? If he smiles a lot? I feel like he does. The 2-1 pitch. Swing, pops it up. High into left field. Underneath it is Doobie, and he'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 8th trying to get some insurance. Call your local agent. 2-0 your score.
On the subject of this service, what is your opinion of war protesters, and would you today refuse to be drafted?
Honey, I just seem to keep my own personal views about that to myself, because I'm just an entertainer, and I'd rather not say.
Do you think other entertainers should keep their views to themselves too?
No, I can't even say that.
Here are some baseball facts that you might not have known. Clayton Kershaw is without a doubt a Hall of Famer. In Kershaw's family, he had a great uncle named Clyde Tombaugh. He was an astronomer who, over 100 years ago, discovered the planet Pluto. For those who don't know, eye black is a black adhesive that is used by players to limit glare from the sun. But did you know that none other than Babe Ruth allegedly invented it? Around the 1930s, Ruth was getting distracted by the sun, so he put some black grease under his eyes, and the rest is history.
John Joseph McGraw, player-manager of the contentious Baltimore Orioles, had been one of the first National Leaguers to jump to the American League in 1901, but he had not liked it there. He could not bear to have anyone tell him how to play the game. When McGraw refused to stop the constant abuse of umpires, for which he was infamous, Johnson suspended him. McGraw never forgave Johnson. He returned to the National League as manager of the New York Giants, a job he would hold for 31 years, leading his team to 10 pennants and ending in the first division 28 times. No one made a move on the field without his consent. McGraw was said once to have fined a player for hitting a home run that drove in 2 runs because he had ordered him to bunt. The main idea, John McGraw said, is to win. When McGraw won the National League pennant in 1904, he took an especially sweet revenge on Ban Johnson. Rather than have anything to do with the league that had suspended him, he simply refused to play the Boston Pilgrims for the championship. There was no World Series in 1904.
Welcome back. Jim Jarvis, your batter, lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch there, first strike. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. McDermott, the pitcher, the 0-1 pitch, swing, fouls it back. 0-2. Braves 2, Mets nothing. Iglesias is warming up in the pen. The 0-2 pitch. Outside wide, 1-2. Drake Baldwin standing on deck. He's 0 for 3, as is Acuna. He's in the hole. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Nasty little bender in the dirt. 1 away.
Do you see what you get, loser? Loser! Do you see what you get, loser? Do you see what you get, loser?
Good Lord. First pitch on the way. Check swing. Goes around for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Thank you, Sleepy. Kicks and fires. High and out of the zone. Ball 2, 2-0. hit one of these clips. If it doesn't light up, you think you haven't hit it. You hit it again, and it goes haywire. The 2-0 count in the dirt. 3-0. On deck is Acuna. Olsen is in the hole. No one in the top 4 batters have gotten a base hit. Olsen did score a run by getting on with a walk. It's a 3-0 pitch right down the pipe, 3-1. Harris has also been on base with the walk. We have no hits at the top of the order. The 3-1 pitch. High and out of the zone, ball 4. And the Drake will make it down to first. See him get on.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way, down and away. Ronald Acuna Jr., it's 1-0. Braves 2, Mets nothing, the 1-0 pitch. Inside. Man, that was close. 2-0. Remember, the Mets are out of challenges. The 2-0 count. Drake standing at first. Pitch on the way. Swing. Smacks it backwards. The 2-1 to Acuna. Caught up there at the top of the zone, just above their belt, and that'll leave it up at 2-2. Still nothing in St. Louis, Cardinals and Phillies. They're in the 6th, the 2-2 pitch. Out and away, 3-2. It's a pretty fast-moving game in our own right, but man, that Phillies-Cardinals game, nothing. They are moving along. That game started a little over an hour ago. The payoff pitch. Swing. That ball's popped up. And lazy fly ball in the glove of Robert. 2 down. Thank you, Spaceman. So now, guys, even when they're not getting base hits, they're doing bat flips. Just everybody look at me. It was just a lazy pop fly, and he flipped his bat like he thought he was supposed to hit that thing out. He's not the only one that I've seen do it. First pitch is off the plate wide for a ball. First strike, excuse me. It's 0-1. Please don't turn this into the NBA where every time they get a layup, they scream in someone's face. The 0-1 count. In the dirt, ball gets away, but the catcher standing over at first, not much of a chance he's going to take off. Don't want to get thrown out at second when you got the ice house at the plate. And we use one of his patented swings right here. 1-1 count. Not for nothing. I think I would have pinch ran for the Drake. Pitch on the way, down and in. Did he go around? He did not.
We accept one of us. We accept one of us.
2-1 pitch. Swing! That ball is built! High and deep, going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam-a-ding-dong!
Hello from Plank Road Field. Smooth as it gets.
That patented swing, baby! 2-run shot!
Never watered down.
Holy Toledo!
We must win
Today, losing is not an option.
423 happy feet over the right field wall and in off the glass off the chop house, and the Braves have doubled the lead. It's 4-0. Michael Harris II takes the first pitch outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, slaps it towards left, down for a base hit, and the hit parade continues. Money Mike aboard. You wonder if they may sit down.
They know about that.
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle.
The only reason why I say that is, remember the last time they brought him in when he was up by 4 or 5 runs and he just didn't seem to lock in? I'd rather they get someone else up, and if that person gets in trouble, then first pitch swing and a miss. It's only one. You could still have Iglesias staying warm in the background, but with the day off on Thursday, that wouldn't hurt his availability. This week, the 0-1. Swing, chops it foul. 1-2. Tomorrow it's Tyler Mahle Day. We got a doubleheader here on Braves Country Radio. This is the 0-2 pitch. Inside 1-2. Appreciate the donations by Iron Lung, Spaceman, Uncle Charlie, 22, and Sleepy Toe. Warming up in the pennant yet. Tyler Kinley's warming up. So yeah, definitely led. Don't have Iglesias sit down. This thing could get hairy still. The 1-2 pitch, swing, pops it up, high in the sky. 5 in your scorecard as it finally comes down. And the can of corn will send us to the 9th inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put 2 on the board. We go to the 9th.
This is Ice House.
Should be Kinley time back in
Ice
play.
House. Smooth as it gets.
Forget about the crowds, their fancy uniforms, and remember what got you here. Focus on the fundamentals. We've gone over time and time again. And most important, don't get caught up thinking about winning or losing this game. If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're gonna be winners. Okay? Let's go! Let's go! Let me hear it!
One game. Tonight, we stay with them, and we shut them down. Because we can. Tonight, we are the greatest team in the world. And you were meant to be here tonight. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. I'm sick and tired of hearing about what a great team. Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
All we need to win are the fellas in this room right now. And all you fellas need to do is believe it. Believing that things can get better, that I can get better, that we will get better. To believe in yourself, to believe in one another. If each of you can truly do that, can't nobody rip that apart.
Everybody wrote us off. Everybody. And yet here we are, 40,000 people out there have also written us off. And there are a few out there who do still believe in you. If you'll never give up on it. If you go back out on the field, those are the people I want in your minds. Those are the people I want in your hearts. Every man at some point in his life is going to lose a battle. He's going to fight and he's going to lose. But what makes him a man is that in the midst of that battle, he does not lose himself. This game is not over. This battle is not over. So let's hear it one more time. Together. Clear eyes, full hearts.
Let's go!
And this crowd's back into it now.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Will be Iglesias. As the first pitch on the way is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. I thought they were going to let Kinley go out there, and if you got in trouble, go get Iglesias. But they're going to start off with Iglesias. The 1-0 pitch. Swing, punches it back foul. 1-1. I guess the idea was if they scored more, let's say Ozzie would have went yard there and it's 6-0, then I guess Kenley would have came in. 1-1 count. It's a weird thing with the closers. 1-1 down and into them. A lot of times they just do not perform if it's not a save opportunity. It's a little different in the postseason. The 2-1 whips it back foul, 2-2. Because you really feel like you're playing for something when you're so used to trying to get saves, and that's how you're graded. It's a weird thing. You bring a guy in who's normally a save guy. The 2-2 pitch swing pops it back foul. But we are in the heart of the order. It's Bichette, Luis Robert, and Carson Benj. And obviously, if he were to get in trouble, you still have Kenley warming up. If God forbid there's a ninth inning of the 2-2. Swing lifted, high and deep into right field. Going back, making the catch out there is Lane Thomas, and there's one away. 2 outs away from the win here to tie up this series. The rubber match would be tomorrow. 7:15 first pitch. Come on there at 7 o'clock, assuming no rain issues. Doubleheader. We got the Phillies and Cardinals out in St. Louis. 2:15 first pitch. Righty, first pitch off the plate. Taken for a ball, it's 1-0. So if you're heading into work tomorrow, look busy and grab that earbud. We'll be on the air at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. The 1-0. Down and away, ball 2-0. 2-0 count, still scoreless in St. Louis. 0-0 in the bottom of the 6th. Versus the Phillies, the 2-1 outside wide. Pitch on the way. Swing, chops it foul. 2-2. Standing on deck is Benj, who is 2 for 3. Roberts 1 for 3 today. Of course, he spent most of his season on the IL. The 2-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3. Blowing it right by him, just above the letters, 94 miles an hour, and there's 2 down. Iron Lung once again is, you know, me thinks you protest too much about not liking football. First pitch is right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. You say it a few times, we believe you. Now it's to the point where I think is the 0-1 high and out of the zone, 1-1. I think Iron Lung, man, he probably watches all these games in a Chargers jersey and a UCLA football hat. The 1-1 count. Swing, rolls it on the ground over to first, and it is a G3 in your scorecard, and Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win.
Do you see what you get, loser? Loser! 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 Do you see what you get when you mess with the Warrior?
Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. Final numbers, no runs, 4 hits. No errors by the Mets. 4 runs, 3 hits, 2 of them home runs. No errors by your Atlanta Braves. Game ball. You can go 3 different ways on this one. Ozzie got the first hit of the day, the first home run, the first run on the board. Martin Perez pitched a great game, 6 innings, 4 hit ball. The bullpen was lights out. How about the bullpen being clean 1, 2, 3? 7th, 8th, and 9th. We're going to go ahead and give it to the obvious Matt Olson. The 2-run shot really put the game out of reach. no longer would a bloop and a blast tie you. That's where we'll go, Matt Olson, but I couldn't argue against Ozzie, Perez, or the pen. Great pitch game all in all, and your Atlanta Braves, our magic number goes to 35. We'll await the end of the St. Louis game to see if it can go down to 34, and we will see you tomorrow. St. Louis and Philadelphia, 2 p.m. Eastern. Braves Mets, 7 p.m. Eastern. A double dip here on the BCR. MVP time! MVP of the night is going to be Sleepy Toe. He chipped in on the memberships, but also did an outstanding job coming in and talking to us second and third inning. And I've really come to enjoy these Tuesday night chats with y'all early part of the game so that y'all get to meet the folks you see in the chat. If you do want to jump in on a Tuesday night, make sure to talk to Rich22, he does all the bookings. He jumped in with the tree fitting. Uncle Charlie dropped a 5 spot, as did Spaceman. And Iron Lung dropped the 10 spotter as he looks out the window and waits for football to start. We'll see you tomorrow. Braves win it. Four to nothing, your final. 72nd win versus 48 losses. Not too shabby.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back.
it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.